ever feel like your head's gonna explode? It's just gonna go and just explode. Well, see, a lot of times I feel that way, I felt that way in my youth even. Many years ago, I felt like my head was going to explode, and I just had to let it out. But I bet a lot of people feel that way, but it's just they're so suppressed that they don't let it out. They just bottle it up inside, and they live lives of misery. But me, nope, I just let it right out. Checking the email here. Oh, it's just spam. Sorry about that. But anyway, yeah, sometimes I feel like my head's just gonna plumb explode. But when that happens, that would create some of my greatest moments. Like when I was 9 or 10. I was about 9 or 10. And I came up with there's certain things that people say that prompt certain actions. So when I was 9 or 10, I came up with this. Now this is before the Bangles "Walk Like an Egyptian" video came out. And when that video came out, it had people going like this, and it was. So really, I sort of foreshadowed that video. Except I didn't just keep repeatedly doing it. All I did, I didn't stand there and go for 5 minutes like the Bangles did. I'm talking about the band, the Bangles. I'm not the Cincinnati Bengals, the perennial losing football team. I'm talking about the band, the Bangles. But I didn't stand there for 5 minutes going like that. Instead, I just went. And I don't know what prompted it. I don't remember what it was that would prompt that sort of display. But I was reminded of it recently because of all the bad drivers I see lately who seem to be doing that. Like they try to get me to. Lately, I've been out biking around, and I keep seeing people driving around their cars trying to get me to run stop signs and run traffic lights so they can go through themselves. And you're not supposed to do that. They're trying to get me to break the laws just so they could go ahead. So and it looks like they're pointing at the stop sign or the traffic light, and it looks like that's what they're doing. It looks like they're going like that. And then if they really start getting frustrated, they start going. They start going, and just start. I saw a truck driver a couple months ago doing that, over in Newport. I think it was the same day. It might have been the same day I biked to Southgate. I don't really remember, but that was probably around March or April. But anyway, that's just what I do, I started doing that when I was 9 or 10. That phase didn't last for very long. But I felt like my head was going to explode if I didn't do it. See, with certain sayings, if I heard somebody mention certain things, it would be like a million images would start going through my mind, and I had to do something to. And if I didn't. If I didn't go, my head would just explode. Now, see, another thing like that. Now, I don't remember what that was in response to. I just don't remember. I didn't write it down or anything. I have no recollection of it. But another thing like that was the word artillery. Now, anytime somebody mentioned the word artillery, I would go. And now, see, that was because I used to think artillery had something to do with the post office. Because the blue uniforms and stuff. And there's a commercial for the postal service that went. But I really shouldn't be doing that because the commercial might be copyrighted. somebody might complain, Disney might complain to YouTube and lodge a fourth-party cancel or something. So that's just what I do. If you don't do it, your head's gonna explode. Now, I felt free when I do these things. I feel free. I just feel free as the mountain air when I do these things. But maybe I should do it more often. So whenever somebody mentions the artillery, I do that. But I didn't do it. I think I started doing that when I was like about 9. I didn't do it again until years later. There's like an article in the paper about the Gulf War, and that mentioned artillery. And then that's when I remembered it again. That's when I started remembering it again. But so I think it's sort of like how musicians do. I think that's musicians have the same. They do the same thing, you know. They like when they hear music, they see colors and that type of stuff. It's creative. It's art. That's why I do this stuff. It's art. So that's. Now, on a more serious note, yeah, I mean, last week, I mean, the response has been overwhelmingly positive for last week's episode, when I talked about Facebook's fascism. And just to clear something up, I